Hi, Karen Adler here from Colorado Home Realty, and today I am super excited to introduce to everyone a member of my team. This is Sarah Hurrell from Yarrow Street Staging, and she specializes in doing owner-occupied staging. What that means is that she goes in and works with homeowners to use their own stuff to stage the home and get it ready for sale. And so let's start by just having you tell everyone a little bit about what you do, Sarah. Can you talk to us about what the benefits are of doing an occupied staging, both for the homeowner and for the listing agent, for me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Would love to. Hi. So I'm an occupied staging consultation specialist, which means I specialize in working in owner-occupied properties and helping the homeowner transition from living to selling, which sometimes can be very difficult. So the benefits of staging an occupied property for the listing agent are, it's all about wanting to bring the best services you possibly can to your clients. So every agent I work with is very motivated to create a selling experience that is as stress-free as possible for their seller. And they want to optimize the listing price as much as possible, of course, and don't want to leave any money on the table. So that's kind of the main thing, is for the agent bringing the best services possible to your client. You also, it's a great way to market yourself and make yourself stand out from other agents. So not every agent certainly is bringing staging opportunity to the table. So making that offer for your clients is a great way to make yourself stand out. And it's a great way to, as you introduced me as a member of your team, it's a great way to present yourself to someone who's selling their property as an agent who will do what it takes to get the job done. That sometimes you can't do it all. And it's great to have a team behind you as you get busier and busier to be able to step in and take care of your client to help them make that transition from living to selling. And the other thing that it really does, I had a note here, is it can really help you, take you out of the difficult conversation of talking to your seller about what needs to be done in the property. So sometimes it's very emotional for the seller, and as you're trying to build a relationship with your seller, sometimes you don't want to talk to them about the ratty old sofa that really needs to be removed from the home or moved into another room, or how we need to open up the furniture arrangement and move things around. So you can kind of let me be the quote bad guy, and I'm very experienced at talking to home sellers. I do it every day about what needs to be done in their property and how to get it up to the point where we can optimize the features of the home. So those are the benefits for the real estate agent. And one more thing, probably one of the most important things that I almost forgot to say is good photos. So having a professional stager come in and work with the homeowner to show them how to use what they have to optimize the best features of the home will help you get the best marketing photos, which of course is super important, especially in a hot market, really in any market, because that is the first showing of the home, really. So
yeah, and that leads me into my next question. I'm so glad you brought that up. So, you know, it's really a strong seller's market right now in the Denver metro area, and there's low inventory compared to the number of buyers we have, and it just doesn't take much to get a home sold. I mean, some people joke that all you got to do is put the sign in the yard and the home is sold in the weekend. So why would the seller or the real estate agent want to go to all the trouble of staging the home in such a hot market?
Well, it's a very good question, and it's one that people can really get tangled up in. So a hot market means the inventory is low, right? So you don't want, staging will help you avoid leaving any money on the table. So it's creating that, well, there already is a sense of urgency with people who are looking to buy houses. And so you want people to fall in love with your house, and I'm telling you, there's no better way to get somebody to fall in love with your house than to stage it. So they're going to come into a home when the market is hot and somebody's looking to buy a home. Their emotions are high, they feel a sense of urgency, and if they come into the home that's been staged and they fall in love with it, they're going to suddenly be like, oh my gosh, I better hurry up and get an offer in before somebody else does. And this leads to multiple offers and ultimately selling for over the asking price. So
can I tell a story? Like,
yes, sure, please do.
This part is so exciting to me. So the first time Sarah and I worked together,
Yes.
It was kind of a last minute thing. I had a seller who was selling a paired home, a duplex, and it was a mess. They just had stuff everywhere, and they were saying, we don't have the time or energy to fix it up, so we're going to just maybe sell it on the low end of what it might be worth. And then I got a call from the seller, and she said, I just need some help. I don't know how to arrange my furniture. I don't know what to do. And I said, let me see if I can get somebody over there. You got them so excited. I mean, they
were so excited. You had pumped them up. Yeah.
They got so excited about working with you and the potential of showing their home off that they just dug in. They did everything you suggested.
They did.
And the weekend it went on the market, another home identical to theirs got listed exactly the same weekend. The only difference between the two is that the other home had a better backyard. It had a bigger backyard and a really nice deck, whereas the home I was listing, the backyard was small and the back patio was cracked and needed repair. So the other home, it was identical except for ours had a worse backyard. The only other difference was that ours was staged and theirs was not. So at the end of the day, both homes listed the same weekend, both got multiple offers. My listing sold for $23,000 more than the other one.
I mean,
and the only difference really was the staging.
And that's what staging can do. I mean, the power of staging is real, and we can help just by working with the homeowner. And this goes back to your first question, is what's the advantage for the home seller of having their home staged is I can work with them like I did with your clients and show it was all their stuff, but it was used in a way that they had never thought of it. She said, oh, well, I know my sofa's too big. I said, no, it's not too big. We'll just move it over here and we'll take out the little love seat. Oh, she says, that looks so much better,
Yeah.
And they were both so excited to see how to use their stuff in a new way. So it's really fun for them. And they know that they've done everything they can to get the best sale possible. They know that you as their agent have not allowed them to leave any money on the table. And it really helps create the wow factor in the home.
I was wowed. I walked in, like the first time I walked in after you had staged it and they had done what you said, and it was like right prior to the photographs, and I walked in and I went, holy cow, we got to raise the price.
Yeah,
we did. You did. We listed it for like $15,000 more than
to start with, and then you still sold it for more.
For $20,000 more than the other property. So
you hear some talk of agents and home sellers thinking, I don't need to stage my house because the market's so hot, it's going to sell. And you know what? It certainly will sell in a hot market, just as is. You don't have to do as much. But how much money are you potentially leaving on the table? And that's the agents that I work with don't want to leave that gap open. They want to bring the best services possible to the seller, and that's the power of staging. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These sellers have to work hard. I mean, sometimes I give them a list, and it's, I leave after my 2-hour consultation, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's a lot of stuff. But they follow through. It's a DIY program. I can come back and offer accessory enhancements. I can do photo prep to help them through, but I am there to hold their hand through the whole process. I'm available by text always, and they get through it. And the results are so amazing that they're so glad they did.
Yeah. And so you touched on it a little bit, but just kind of walk us through the process from the perspective of a seller.
Well, the process, it's a 2-hour consultation. So I came up with that because I felt like in an hour, I was rushing through every property. I wasn't having enough time to really connect with the seller. And anything longer than 2 hours, they really start to get tired and really start to feel overwhelmed. So that 2-hour window seems to be the perfect amount of time to work with a seller. And we start outside. We start with curb appeal, which is probably the most important. And we'll talk about how to freshen up your yard by using mulch, the importance of how clean the front door looks and the entryway. So we start there, and then we just move through the house and we go through every room. I very specifically talk about what needs to be done room by room. I take some notes, they take some notes, and we talk about furniture arrangement. We talk about the purpose of decluttering or editing their things, and how to accentuate the most important features of the home. And it takes about 2 hours, and we just really have fun. I try to make it as fun as possible. I try to get to the point, but I try to make it as fun as possible, and we really kind of get a chance to know each other and to connect a little bit. And they have fun with it. I try to make it fun, to show them new. A lot of people have no idea how to hang art, and so I've taught so many people this is the correct way to hang art: not too low, not too high. This is how you connect it to the furniture. Oh gosh, I never thought of that. And the fun thing is that I am really there to transition them from living to selling, which can be hard. And so they become, my main goal is to help them focus on what do we need to remove to really optimize the features of the home and to get you the best marketing photos, because that's really our goal, is to get the best marketing photos. And as I walk them through that process, they can learn some really fun things. So
for just your average person out there that might be watching this video, what are the top 5 things somebody should do when they're starting to get their home ready for the market?
Well, I would say the top 5 things. Let me think. So, number 1 would be curb appeal, and it is the most important. Sometimes potential buyers are driving past your house before it even hits the market. So you really want to start there and get your front yard cleaned up. If the season allows, you want to bring in fresh greenery, freshen up with mulch, make sure everything is trimmed, remove your trash cans, no cars in the driveway, all that kind of stuff. So make sure your lighting is updated and the light bulbs work and
clean,
all
the
clean,
bugs
fresh
out.
doormat. Yes, everything's swept away.
Yeah.
And so that's the first thing. The second thing is to focus on your entry. So what do they see when they step in the front door? And you want to make sure that there's no lingering odors in that area, and that it feels very inviting, that we want to create excitement there so that they want to see the rest of the house. The third thing would be, I think, decluttering and taking out. You have to think, what are the distractions in the home? So it's not so much that there's anything wrong with your stuff, it's just that it can be very distracting. And when a potential buyer comes into the home, we want them looking at the beauty of the home, not at your cool stuff, right? So that, I think, would be the third thing, would be decluttering. The fourth thing would be cleaning overall, but focusing on the 3 main closets. Extra storage is really huge for potential buyers right now due to COVID. And so there's 3 main closets. It's your master bedroom closet, your pantry, and your linen closet. We call those the money closets. So knowing how to get those presentable so that they appeal to buyers. And then the 5th thing would be understanding that your master bedroom is every bit as important as your kitchen. So spending time in your master bedroom bath and getting that really looking a great arrangement and clean and fresh is super important. So those would be my 5 top things that I think sellers should focus on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This has been so fun. And I love working with Sarah. I got to actually be with her the last time she worked with one of my clients and follow along and take notes too. And I got all excited, and it was just so fun. So there you have it. Karen Adler from Colorado Home Realty and Sarah Hurrell from Yarrow Street Staging. Give us a call when you're ready to list your home. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.